Hi and welcome along, and today I'd like to show you this game that ended up a wee bit tactical, and it's got some good ideas for you in attacking chess where you want to attack, and just sort of like a friend of mine, a chess friend of mine, a wine merchant, sort of a vineyard owner, said to Heather and I, attack, 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 attack. Attack, 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 attack. Okay, so anyway, let's have a look. And so that's probably in that theme. I've got my friend here, and he's looking on. We've already done this. We've already done this session, but the laptop had a fizzy, or it was downloading at the same time, and so it started to go laboriously slow. So anyway, I won't be too slow, and I hope. So here we go. Let's have a look. I hope you enjoy this game. So I will run through the opening moves reasonably quickly. If you want to see them slower, then just slow the video down, of course, or pause. So we can see that black has played b6, a6, and b5, and now b4, so that's okay. So we can get away with some things as white because of this. Knight d3, bc3, bc3, we want to react to that, and then we have castling. So there's a very easy move to see here, which causes black some difficulty really. Maybe even not too good for black after this move. On move 15, see, I'm being a wee bit naughty because the person I've got here, Samson, I keep on saying to him, development, centralization, and king safety, but guess what I'm doing? Okay, I'm only not moving the bishop, aren't I? Because the bishop on c1 is not moved yet. I played here. Hope you find my move. That means that it's not that bad. Is knight g5. Now, I've seen another move for white here after the following g6, because here white threatens a draw or checkmate or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that it will probably be checkmate. It'd be quite fun anyway, whatever happens. White was met with move 15 g6. Now here I've just thought of maybe white could play something else than what I did. I did more sort of a revolutionary attack than an evolutionary one. I think that maybe white can play knight to g4, but it didn't excite me at the game. I played here. Hope you saw it too. Knight gf7 and rook f7, and now we have queen e6. Now this just about threatens queen takes rook check, but also I'm having a little bit of problem with my computer reconnecting, so this might not even take, and that'll mean to me that I'm not meant to put this on. Here I can, if it's my move, play queen f7. If knight e5, then I intended to play fe5, and also you can see that I'm attacking knight c6 twice with knight and queen. Now maybe black can play here queen e8, but black played queen f8. But maybe black can play, to be fair, queen e8, which will defend both things at the same time, the rook f7 and the knight c6, which is currently threatened twice. The other thing that black can do here, if we're looking for black, is just take knight e5. And then upon fe5, we have just queen d7, but that will be met with queen takes queen, knight takes, and then we've got e6 doesn't work, does it, David? Because a rook f1 check, capture on f1, and then move the knight away. So I have just discovered that queen e8 is a better salvation for black than what black played here. Black played queen f8, and so merely I played knight c6. I hope you saw all that just before that analysis that I've just found is queen e8, which is sort of easy to find, or even just knight e5 and queen d7. Queen d7. And I know that Samson will have a go at rustling up some sort of major sacrifice that will look really exciting, because that's your style, isn't it?
It is indeed, mate.
It is indeed. In fact, Samson is the one that inspires me to not give up sometimes when I'm a queen down, and even a rook down I've even managed to win on time or something like that. But I go on at him a bit about that sort of thing, not to do that. But it works sometimes, but most times it doesn't. Anyway, so queen e8 and or even knight e5, like I've just said, and queen d7 is looking like it saves black. Queen f8, this is no good because knight c6, bishop c6, queen c6. Black had choices. King g7. So I played here, move 20. I've actually almost developed, played bishop d2. I'm still not developed because one of my rooks isn't on a half open file, but I might get away with it. Depends who I'm playing. Here comes a5. Maybe my opponent will let me get to the point where I actually develop. And blacks move their queen around and all that sort of stuff, so it doesn't really matter for black because they've already developed, I think, without going back over it. I don't think they have. So black's sort of almost developed, but not quite. And the rook is on a half-open F file for black. So here comes white's rook, F5, knight e4. Now this threatens, of course, knight takes d2. Watch your move now. It's pretty easy to see. And it is, of course, fg6, which threatens rook f7, check, and rook takes queen. Here came rook f6.
What did you just get check on f1? Oh, so rook just comes back in again.
What? Sorry, what was that?
So he couldn't go. Oh, I see. He couldn't go rook times rook.
He can check, and white just plays rook f1 back.
Does he put the knight back then?
Knight back. I don't know. He didn't play it.
He should have.
He should have.
So I would have gone rook times rook and then knight back.
Oh yeah. It might end up in the same sort of kind of position.
I would have even taken pawn times pawn.
Because look, Samson, watch. Rook f6. We get the same position anyway. Rook f6, knight f6. So we got the same position anyway.
But why didn't he take the pawn?
Where?
When you push the pawn, then why didn't he just take it with his pawn?
I've just captured the pawn on g6.
Yeah, but instead of putting the knight forward, why didn't he just take the pawn?
Oh, he can.
He should have.
He can.
Yeah. So I would have left the knight back and taken the pawn.
Well, if the knight stays on e4 and you capture, hold on, we got this, and now it's black's move now.
He moved the knight forward.
Pardon?
You moved the knight forward. You should have left the knight where it was.
Yeah, but it still ends up to where you wanted it to be anyway, knight f6. So now the knight's back on f6 and the rook's been exchanged. Instead of f1, it's been exchanged on f6.
I would have done h7 times g6 if I had the chance, but he hasn't done it. I don't think it was actually on. So it's his move, is it? So instead of pushing the rook up, I would have taken the pawn.
Instead of pushing the thing, yeah, maybe.
I would have taken the pawn.
Yeah, that's okay, but then white can just capture the rook, and or white can capture the knight e4 with the bishop.
You could have just taken the black bishop with the knight and then just swapped bloody rooks off.
The black bishop with
The knight.
With the knight. Well, that's the one with rook f7 check and rook takes queen. We're not trying to look for anything.
Okay.
Yeah? So we've got rook f6, knight f6. Now we have a move that's annoying, I would say, for the black player, the second player here. Pawn takes pawn. Now, of course, the knight cannot capture this pawn because queen g6 and h7 is checkmate, queen h7. So, and of course the king can't capture it. So we only have about 5 more moves, which is 2 moves each to go, and the game's over. We've only got 4 moves altogether, but it's black's move now. Black chose this move, rook c8. Wow, that looks quite good. So, as I said in the earlier video, that we've already processed, and then we went looking at other ones, but the whole thing was the video wasn't any good because my laptop decided to go searching for an update, which made it go like slower than a snail, or like the tortoise in the hare race, that the tortoise somehow ultimately wins. Here, white missed out in this 3-minute rated game 4 hours ago, played queen e6, which is something that Nimzowitsch speaks about in chess praxis. Now, I've read a little bit about it, and I'm completely confused. He says that squares on the board, even when they've been already visited upon, are still important squares later on in the game, or something like that. It's some sort of like ghosty kind of psychological something. I don't know what it is, but it's completely confusing to me. Now, black plays queen f7. Now, everyone and their and also their dog can see the move queen c8, capture the rook. But I wasn't really considering that because I was just wanting to be out of here. So what was the move that you can find too that I played here? And handsome Samson is going to tell us in about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Okay, yeah, okay.
What do you play now for white? What's the move here?
Obviously take bishop to h6.
And that's where my opponent resigned. And that's where we're out of here. And I hope you had an enjoyable time with David and Samson in the deep cold south of Dunedin, where it was trying to be spring yesterday, but it's resorted back to winter again. Okay, not really. It's not bad. Bye for now.